Hello, all you beautiful people out there, and welcome to my channel. Sorry I've been away. I've been but anyway, I'm here now. I don't know if I'm gonna be regular, having regular live streams. I'll be here as much as possible. I'll let you know that. Um, I will be getting my cataracts off, so that's a good thing. Maybe that'll um, take the migraines down a little bit. Um, so, don't know when I'm going to have the first surgery. I have yet to have that scheduled. Anyway, if anyone comes into the room, into the comments, I may open up the room. Um, that remains to be seen. But anyway, I won't be going over the problem of evil in this stream. It's just not pertinent. Hey, perps. It's just not pertinent to this stream. Well, it is kind of, but anyway, I'm babbling. Um, so let's get on with it. God is not good. Okay, so um, there's this um Australian megachurch that has a choir that sings God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Now ask yourself this question. Um, it's a catchphrase in the evangelical Christian community. Why do they have to tell themselves over and over and over and over again? Why God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Why do they have to tell themselves this? Well, obviously, they have to tell themselves this because it's quite obvious that God is not good all the time. I would say, hypothetically, because I don't believe in their God. And that is one God I will say definitely does not exist. Now, the Jewish God, and I will say this, I believe that the Jewish God and the Christian God are not the same God. I will say that much. The Christians will say, yeah, we serve the Jewish God. I'm going to say no. During the worldwide flood, 99% of the people on earth did not think God was good. Yeah, I would say you're right, perps. Um, so anyway, Bible God cannot exist because he is self-contradictory. Awesome point. Yeah, he is. At least the way Christians explain him. Uh, other other gods like Zeus, yeah, may or may not. Um, I'm not quite at as let's say I'm not willing to say they don't exist. I'm willing to say I just don't believe they exist. Let's put it that way. Um, so I'm a strong atheist on Bible God, Christian God, let's say, weak atheist on the other gods. Um, okay. So, So, I don't know whether you went to your pastor when you were younger and you're like, why do we have all this suffering in the world? And they say, you just got to have faith that this is part of the plan. That is, sorry if this offends anyone, okay? But I get offensive on this channel. This is kind of what I do. That is the most bullshit non answer I have ever heard in my entire life. Of course, there's a lot of things that Christians have bullshit non answers for, but that's the way it goes. Um, you know, just have the balls to come out and say, I don't know. I mean, come on. At least have the balls to come out and say, I don't know. Those are the three words that at least evangelical Christians are allergic to. Have you ever noticed that? They are allergic to the words, I don't know. You're more like a weekdayist. Yeah, I can get behind weekdayism. Anyway, but yeah, God is not good. All right. The the Christian God. Let me let me qualify that. The Christian God is not good. Okay? So, we've got they believe, at least the evangelicals believe, the worldwide flood definitely happened. Um, excuse me, what kind of a good God would flood the entire earth and save only 8 people? Surely there were more than 8 people who deserved being saved from drowning. Surely. What kind of a good God would put two ill equipped, naked apes, newly formed, in the Garden of Eden, who didn't know better, with a snake, not the devil, but a snake, that would tempt them to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and they didn't know any better, and then had the audacity to blame them and say, I'm going to kill you after you've had so many years on this planet. And oh, by the way, I'm not just going to kill you. I'm going to kill all your descendants. What kind of a good God does that? What kind of a good God orders the slaughter of men, women, and children? The good God does that. We're sticking with the good God. What kind of a good God sits up on his high and mighty throne and says to himself, okay, I gotta fix this sin problem. Let's see. Well, I'm all powerful. So I could just say, it wasn't your mistake. It was Adam and Eve's mistake. And by the way, it was a mistake. They didn't know any better. So I'm just going to forgive them. And, it was their mistake. Don't worry about it. I could do that, but that's too easy. So let me come up with something more convoluted here. What's the more convoluted thing I can think of? Oh, yeah, I know. I'm going to knock up a virgin. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock up a virgin. And, oh, yeah. Then I'm going to kill him. Except I'm not really going to kill him because he's only going to be dead 3 days. And he's really not even going to be dead like 3 days, more like a day and a half. And then he gets to come up by my right hand and be glorified forever and have servants and have people fawning over him forever. And, that'll save people, but it won't even save the whole world. I'm not even going to redeem the whole world. No, I'm just going to redeem the people who believe that I did that for them. Aren't I a loving God? No! What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this? Like, when you're drinking the Kool-Aid, it doesn't sound out there, you know? But when you wake up, you're like, this is nuts. This is crazy. This is so fucking crazy. How the hell did I fall for this? That's what you're thinking when you wake up. And, you know, but most of us grew up in this. Most of us grew up in this crazy world, you know? In this crazy world called Christianity. And you're like, what the fuck? Anyway, I got two people in here. I got Perps and pretty sure Perps would join me. So uh hang on, Purple. Um I am going to do some here. Just a minute. I'm going to mute myself. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Uh, just a second. Um, I'm going to put it in chat, perps. Hang on. Come on. Alrighty. So and oh God, just a sec. I've got to um get into the get into my channel because I'm in StreamYard right now. Alrighty. And come on, come on, come on. All right. Uh, okay. Okay. Anybody who wants to come in can come in. Anybody who wants to come in can come in. That's perps. That's anybody, the other person that's in here. There's, I see one other person's in here. Oh, excuse me. So, anyway, perps, can you still hear me? Sure. Okay, I don't see my avatar blinking. Can you hear me? Let me see if I can. Uh, uh, so anyway, so why do I believe the Christian God does not exist? Why am I a strong atheist on, thank you, um, on the Christian God? Well, it's because Uh, he's supposed to be omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, and omnibenevolent. Now, he cannot be omnibenevolent and omnipotent at the same time. Those are self contradictory because if he was omnipotent, he could do anything. If he was omnibenevolent, how you doing, perps? He could love everybody. He could be all loving. And if he were both, he would not want anyone to suffer because there's suffering in the world, they're self contradictory. Okay. Now
Yep.
for omniscience, this one is this one is contradictory within itself. Um, if he's omniscient, that means he knows everything. But in order for him to know everything, he would have to know everything there is to know. But how does he know everything there is to know? Because if he knows everything, then there's there has to be like something outside that he might not know. So how does he know that he knows everything, if that makes any sense? Does that make sense?
Yep. And if he was omniscient, he should have known better than to make snakes.
Yeah, snakes that would, you know,
Yeah,
would
why did he make an animal that he knew was going to screw up his plan? I think I lost you. Did you mute yourself? Well, I guess Lisa lost her connection. So we'll just wait a few minutes and see if she comes back. Come on, Sammy. Come on. Just talking to one of my kitties.
sorry about that.
Okay.
That kicked me off.
Yep. Well, I figured you'd just be back in a minute, so.
Yeah, damn internet. So how you doing, perps?
Uh, I'm holding it together. Lately, life has been a constant stream of stresses, and it's going to continue that way for at least the next couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, Want to talk about it? You don't
Yeah,
have to if you don't want to.
mostly it's a lot of family stuff, and
Gotcha.
one of Sloth Girl's uncles died quite suddenly, so now we have to make a trip for the funeral. You know,
Um, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. Well, I came in as you were saying something about scheduling surgery, but I missed what that was about.
Oh, I've got cataracts on both
Oh,
eyes,
okay.
and they don't do both eyes at once. So I've got to the by the time I got out of the doctor's office, the scheduler was gone for the day.
Okay.
So I need to schedule the um the first surgery.
Yeah, my mother went through that as well, that she had one eye done and had to wait a couple of months before they do the other eye.
Yeah. Um apparently the procedure only takes 15 minutes. Like dang, that's impressive.
Yeah.
But one is definitely worse than the other one, so I'm having the worst one done first.
Yeah. Well, I know for my mom it made a huge difference. I mean, among other things, she was able to drive again.
Yeah, well, I don't drive to begin with because of my epilepsy, so
Mm,
that's not you know
yeah.
um but it will make the difference in that I can start looking for a job because right now I can't even look for a job, you know, because I mean I can't even read. Um, I even have to
Yeah.
have help filling out paperwork. With that's how bad it's gotten.
Mm. Well, I hope you have
I
somebody
just
around
thought
who can help you with that.
I just thought I needed new glasses, right?
Hmm.
And like, nope. The optometrist is like, you got cataracts. You need to go to the ophthalmologist. I'm like, okay. But, they gave me a pair of new glasses anyway,
Yeah.
which it's fine.
I'll probably
I
be
thought,
facing it eventually. 2 years ago, they noticed that one is starting to form, but at least it seems to be going slowly, so it's not a serious problem yet.
yeah, well, my dad didn't get them until, like, he was, I don't know, in his, after 60, I believe, he didn't get them.
Mhm.
My mom never got them, but she died in her 50s. Um, my maternal grandmother never got them. I don't think my maternal grandfather did either, but both of my dad's parents did. But I'm the youngest one in my family to have gotten them, so I don't know. Must be something in my makeup.
Yeah, I seem to have done pretty well considering my family history. I'm the only one who made it past 50 without having some kind of artificial joint or at least a pin to hold something together. I'm still fully organic. I don't have any synthetic parts yet.
Oh, well, that's good. I've I've got a rod in my femur and a
Sorry.
uh, a rod in my radius
Mhm.
and some pins in my radius too. So you know,
Well,
from
it's good that
things.
medicine has advanced far enough that they can do things like that to, help you continue to function.
Yeah. Otherwise, spent like 2 years, at least 2 years, totally down on a bed, you know, with my femur. Um, and it probably would have shortened my leg because of the break, you know?
Yeah.
So it's awesome that they can do that stuff.
I hope you're
So
not having a
anyway,
problem with insurance covering all of it.
oh no, the rod in my femur, I was on TRICARE at the time. They didn't cover all of it. They should have, because it was from a car accident. Um, but they're like, you should see the other driver. Like, the other driver didn't have any insurance, you know. And they're like, well,
Yep.
your car insurance should cover it. And I'm like, I don't have any car insurance because I don't drive. I was a pedestrian,
Mm.
you know.
Yep.
I hope that guy at least went to jail, you know. And I know that's an awful thing to wish, but I mean, people can't be driving around without insurance.
Yeah, you want to at least hope there was a penalty serious enough to teach them a lesson.
Right, right. And so anyway, and speaking of penalties, I'm sorry, people. I just gotta say, let's hope and pray that Trump doesn't get reelected. My God, we can
Yeah.
kiss America goodbye if that happens.
Yeah, well, that's I keep telling people that you need to vote in the next election because if Trump wins, you may not be able to ever vote again.
Yeah,
The
get out
Republicans
and
are
vote,
doing a
people.
lot of shit to suppress voters.
Yeah, get out and vote. Yeah, get out and vote.
If
Um,
Trump wins, the whole country will end up like Florida.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, they have a 6-week abortion ban right now in Florida. If Trump wins, there ain't gonna be any abortion.
Yep.
It's gonna be life at conception, which is totally shit tier.
Yep, and then they'll start picking off the
We're
minority
gonna be
groups
back
one
to a
by
third
one.
world country. Yeah. He's not even people, I'm telling you, read Project 2025. It's online. They're not even making it a secret. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm sorry.
Yep. No, that's everybody should read the Project 2025 before they decide who they're going to vote for. And then if you see that, you can't tell me that there's no difference between the parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
And
saying that Biden is great or that I agree with everything he's done,
no, I
but
don't agree with
yeah, Trump is
everything,
going to
but
kill democracy.
oh, they're even saying the quiet part out loud. I forget who said it. It was in Washington at the Republican convention, I think. They're like, we're devolving into democracy, and that's a bad idea. Like, we're devolving into democracy? Lady, we are a democracy. You're the fucking people that want to take it away. Like I said, gonna get off of politics because, you
Okay.
know, this is a religion channel, and that gets my blood pressure up enough.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, that was a PSA because I like doing PSAs on this channel. But yeah.
Yep.
Um. Anyway. So what you been doing?
Like I say, everything's been stressing me out, so it's pretty much all been crisis management and trying to relax late at night.
Have you tried any kind of tea?
Yeah, I do have chamomile tea. Actually, I've got a custom blend that I like, which is a combination of peppermint, chamomile, and black tea.
Nice, nice. Well, at least you got that, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, my
well,
doctor's prescribed me trazodone, which at least is helping me sleep better at night.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My doctor prescribed me trazodone, so at least I'm sleeping better at night.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I'm getting migraines, so I pretty much nap when I have to, which means I'm up all hours of the day and night because of
Yeah.
my naps, you know.
Yeah, I do
My
a lot of that, just trying to catch a nap between things going on.
Yeah, I told my doctor, I'm like, I know you don't want me taking naps. And he goes, no, if it's treatment for your migraines, it's something different, you know?
Hmm.
And I'm like, well, I definitely have that going on, you know? Oh,
Yeah. Well, I've always been very nocturnal, and that was just, growing up, I only felt safe when everyone else was asleep.
mm,
So I
my,
still have that the night and darkness to me are safety.
oh, okay. Weird how that works, huh?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I don't see anybody else in chat, but that's okay. We
Yep.
can do the chatting, and you know, this is up so people see it. People see my PSA and all that good stuff, you know. Um uh
Yep.
I
But
I'm in it's amazing how I'm in the most atheistic state, and the most atheistic state is only 23%. It's mind-boggling.
yeah.
And that's Oregon, by the way. New Hampshire's at 22%.
Yeah, I don't know about the atheist ratio, but I feel I'm in one of the safest states for queer people.
Oh, which state is that? California?
Minnesota. No, I'm in Minnesota.
Miss- Oh,
Yeah, it's like the only Midwestern state that has been consistently Democratic for the last, 40, 50 years.
yeah. Um, I don't I don't know if I would have been comfortable um questioning my faith if I had stayed in Alabama, but
Yeah, I'm sure it
um
would have been a lot harder in the Bible Belt.
yeah, it probably would have just cuz Excuse me. Oh, uh, um, just because of everything you're looking at, because there's churches on every. I mean, I'm s- I'm serious when I say there's a church on every street corner. Like
Yep.
they're not kidding. I mean, people who have never been in the southern United States might think a church on every street corner is like hyperbole, but it's not. There is literally a church on every street corner
Yeah.
in the Bible Belt.
When I was living in a rural area in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, it was like that. It was a town of only 3,000 people, and there were 25 churches.
That is a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to be quiet about things there. You know, if anybody had found out I was an atheist, it wouldn't have just been on me, but I'm sure it could have impacted all my family that lived up there.
Yeah, like
That someone they'd be
Telltale.
saying that, yeah, they'd be saying that my family had failed me or my mom hadn't raised me properly.
Yeah, Telltale. I don't know whether you listen to him or not,
Oh
but
yeah,
he used to live in West Virginia, and he got chased out
yep,
because he
yeah,
complained about his kid's teacher, and he got they chased him out of town
yeah, because his daughter had recorded the teacher pushing Bible stuff in a sex ed class.
in a public school. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Telltale was actually one of the first atheist channels that I found. I'm not sure, where, but like in the first 10 that I found.
I
So I
can't
remember
remember.
when he used to do his drawings over his narration.
Yeah, I can't remember which is the first I found. I know Logic was among the first that I found. Um, but it wasn't. He wasn't the first. I don't think.
Well, I remember the first I found because I wasn't even aware that there was like an online atheist community or atheist creators on YouTube.
Uh huh.
I I found Bionic Dance because I used the keyword searching for 80s animation.
Hmm.
But then
Is
once I was
is
watching
she
her
still
stuff, then
doing
it
stuff?
started suggesting Paul Gia and Vice Drino.
Uh huh. I haven't seen her around. Is she still doing stuff?
I haven't seen her putting any videos on YouTube, but I'm in a couple of private groups with her on Twitter, so I see her comment on things there.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah,
So,
she basically, she said she had been doing atheist responses for more than a decade, and she just
uh
got
huh.
tired of all of it. So she kind of wanted to just stop doing that and get her channel back to being focused on doing her animation work.
Okay.
And I understand that the animation stuff takes a really long time to do. So,
Yeah. Um, I don't know whether you watch my response stuff or not, but um, I can't do animation, so I bought a. This was when my dad was alive. I bought a program that does the animation for me.
yeah. Yeah, I watch your videos. I usually don't catch you when you're live, but I wind up watching them a day or two later.
Yeah. I will do I'll pick up my response videos again when I get my cataracts off, but right now I just can't see well enough to
Hmm.
um you know um do much of anything like
Yep.
so um but as soon as I get my cataracts off, I'll be doing my um response videos again. But when I feel up to it, until then, my animation things,
Hmm.
the the well thought out responses. I'll do my off the cuff responses um when I don't have migraines. So like my off the cuff responses are like the Benny Hins and the televangelists.
Yeah.
So those are my off the cuff responses. But like the Ken Hams, I have to do a little bit of research, you know, um, just because they're just smart. Well, they're not smart, you know, but they they fling out science shit that makes them sound smart. So you've got to go do some research to say, okay, they're full of shit, you know, like,
Yep.
they're full of shit, but you've got to go do um, I don't want to say, okay, they're just full of shit. I want to go and, you know,
Yeah, you've got to cite somebody who, is in the field and
exactly,
knows more about it.
exactly. And, because otherwise I'm just as bad as they are.
Yep.
So, anyway, well, thanks for joining me. I think I'll go now. Think I'll go back and see if I can
Yeah.
get some sleep while it's still it's 3 a.m. or not quite 3 a.m. here. So
Yeah,
I think
same. I
I'll
should I should have been to bed a couple hours ago myself. I've got to get up for a doctor's appointment in the morning.
yeah. Well, you have a nice um night, morning, whatever.
Yep.
So
You
anyway,
too. I
and
I hope that the surgeries go off without anything unexpected happening.
yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what to expect. I don't know whether they do it if you're awake or asleep. I hope they knock you out for it, but who knows? I mean, it's 15 minutes, so they might just make you loopy, which, I mean, if they just make me loopy and, because being loopy's a lot like being out of it, like being knocked out,
Yeah.
so if they just make me loopy, that's fine. You know, I just I can't see myself being awake, like seeing something come right to my eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
That would
yeah.
just freak me out.
Yeah, that kind of goes against all of your instincts, not to try to knock it away.
Yeah. So anyway, what little boy? Um,
Why, is your kitty doing something cute there?
he wants attention. Yeah, he's been a lot more loving since I had to have Callie put down. So
Yeah, I
anyway,
remember the video when you were talking about
Inky
that.
misses his sister.
Yeah,
Yeah. They said she was suffering, so I'm like, I can't let her suffer. You know, I can't be a
yeah,
bitch and, want her around, but she's suffering. I can't
yeah.
do that to her.
It's an incredibly hard decision to make about when is the right time to let them go.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they can't do any of the things they enjoy anymore, is that really living?
Yeah. And, I mean, if all she needed was a diaper because she was paralyzed, I could live with that. I could take care of her, you know. But if she was suffering, that's another thing altogether.
Hmm.
So wasn't about to do that to her. Alrighty, I'll let you go, and thanks for coming in and
Okay.
having a chat.
Yeah, well, it's just, good to hear from you and what's going on. I know you've been going through a lot of really hard stuff lately too.
Yeah, but that's life. You know, everybody's got shit they've got to
Yeah.
deal with. I think if you haven't gone through any shit, you're probably a teenager.
Yeah, it
And
tends to accumulate as you get older.
yeah, and I mean even some teenagers have gone through shit. So, like
Yeah.
life just happens to everybody. So, you know, you just got to live with it the best you can. And if there is a God, he ain't no omnibenevolent, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Unless he's also not omnipotent, you know. I
Well,
mean,
I
I
have
I
to
c-
go.
I could live with a God that said, "You know what? I would love to do something about it, but I just can't." You know, that kind of a God I could live with.
I did come up with one way that it could work. You can
What's that?
have your triple omni god as long as you accept that he's also incompetent.
Do you watch Dark Matter?
Yeah, not as much as I used to, but sometimes.
Oh, I like him. He's funny. You know, I didn't start with his earlier stuff. So I thought like he started out with, the the God Yahweh thing and the little angel thing. I thought
Yep.
he started out with that. But then I went back to his earlier stuff and I realized that um in that in his little progression that's a simulation um that um it's like Yahweh's final project
Yep.
or something. They're trying to figure out how would you govern, you know, so it's like a simulation to figure out how different people would govern. I didn't know that, and I thought that's kind of cute, you know?
Yep.
So anyway, all right, for real this time, I'm gonna let you go. You have a nice night.
Okay. Yep. I can catch a
Bye.
couple hours before I have to get up now. So good night.
Alrighty. Bye.